Most of us know that the Packers are an almost stellar football team with their 4 Super Bowl wins, most recent in 2011. From 1959 to 1967, Vince Lombardi became a very well-known coach, leading them to 5 championships and 2 Super Bowl wins. He left an impact on many people and many players' lives. I've been watching the Green Bay Packers since I was a little girl, and I know what team they have become over the years. And I myself am not a Packer fan, but I know in reality the Packers aren't a bad football team. In order to understand the impact that Vince Lombardi left on the Packers and everyone around him, we are going to discuss his career with the Green Bay Packers, his ending career with the Washington Redskins, and the trophy that got named in his honor. So let's start with the Green Bay Packers. Vince Lombardi signed a 5-year contract with the Green Bay Packers as head coach from 1959 to 1967. When I asked my peers how long of a contract was signed, they had no idea and didn't have an opinion on this question. From 1961, Vince led the Packers to their first championship win, repeating again the following year. In addition to 3 more championships from 1965 to 1967, the Packers won the first 2 Super Bowls. The second Super Bowl win, in 1967, against the Oakland Raiders, Vince Lombardi announced his retirement, but he wasn't done. Next, we will take a look at his ending career with the Washington Redskins. Vince coached the Washington Redskins from 1969 to 1970. He led them to the first winning record in 14 years. In the summer of 1970, Vince was diagnosed with an aggressive form of colon cancer and dying 2 months later. After his death, the NFL decided to name the Super Bowl trophy after him, which is the next thing we're going to discuss. Before it was named the Vince Lombardi Trophy, it was named the World Professional Football Championship Trophy. The NFL decided to name the trophy after Lombardi because he unfortunately lost his battle to cancer, and he was the first coach to win the first 2 Super Bowls, but this wasn't why he won the trophy. When I asked my peers if they thought this was some sort of favoritism and naming after Lombardi instead of some other coach, they didn't know the situation, and they also didn't know how to answer this question. In conclusion, Vince made a tremendous impact on many people's lives throughout his career. While analyzing his career with the Green Bay Packers, his ending career with the Washington Redskins, and understanding the trophy that ended up being named in his honor, we now have an understanding of the impact he left on many people throughout his life. Vince once said, "Some of us will do our job well and some of us will not. But we will only be judged by the one thing, the result." And this is exactly what Vince did throughout his career. Left an impact on many people's lives for what he did through his career. Even being a Viking fan myself, I know that Vince Lombardi was a very well-known coach that everyone would have been honored to work with.